Hey guys, this is Sukesh Banik and you are watching Gadgets Portal. Today I'll be unboxing this highly anticipated Micromax Canvas for A210, and as you can see the packaging is quite interesting. It reminds me of iPod Touch and there are some quick specs here. Though there is not that much improvement in the CPU and GPU departments of this Canvas 4, Micromax has improved the software and the connectivity options. Here is the pricing info, and in the market you can get this device at around 18,000 or 18,500 rupees. If you are in Kolkata, you can get this device from First Information Center in Highland Park Metropolis Mall. Just call on the number showing on the display and get this phone at a very good price. Now here is the SAR info and it is far below the limit, so don't worry. Now let's get started with the unboxing. Well, here we go, the new Micromax Canvas 4 A210. Well, it is looking and feeling great in hand, resembles Canvas HD a lot, though the capacitive keys here are not visible when they are turned off. The back look is completely different and made of very good quality material and also looking quite premium. I'm also liking this aluminum bezel on the sides of this phone. Let me compare it with Galaxy Note 2, and the front has a lot of similarities, though the back is completely different. The new refreshing bezel of Canvas 4 is looking much better than the shiny steel bezel of Galaxy Note 2. Let me show you the Galaxy S4, and Galaxy S4 has got a similar kinda bezel, but it is shiny and I personally like the anodized aluminum on the Canvas 4. Overall, the look and the feel of this Canvas 4 is nothing less than this Galaxy S4, though the dimensions are quite large considering both of these phones share the same screen size. I will try to upload a video comparison in between these two, so subscribe and keep in touch. Here is a nice quality case you can use to put your phone on, and there is a transparent flip cover comes free with this Canvas 4. Let me show you. Though Micromax has not improved the processing power of this phone, they have improved the accessories, the look of this phone and also the software. The quality of this flip cover is excellent. It has aluminum at the front which will amplify the antenna output and will give you a better signal. I will try this on the phone and talk about this more later in this review, so be with me. The next thing you get is this 2000 mAh battery, and I'll not say this is great for a quad-core phone like this, but I have to try this and talk about that in the in-depth review. Here is the data cable, and this looks amazingly good, much better than those previous cheap quality local data cables you used to get with Micromax mobile phones. I am quite happy to see that Micromax is finally taking care of the quality of the material they use, not only the specification. Here is the headphone and it has the same flat wire, and surprisingly there is no gold plating on the 3.5 mm jack. The earpieces look promising and they feel quite sturdy and look good, but the white cable may get dirty very easily. I'll try this headphone myself and talk about the quality in the in-depth review, so keep in touch with this channel. There are some extra earbuds of different sizes, and here is the AC charging adapter which is looking quite small. I think this is the smallest adapter you can find on any mobile phone, and the USB port is at the back which will save a lot of space on your switchboard, unlike Samsung or Sony adapters, and I really appreciate these new high quality accessories from Micromax. Here are the user manual, the warranty card, etc., and there is nothing left in the box. Now let's get rid of these things here and let me show you the phone and the software inside. Well buddies, here is the Canvas 4. the flagship phone of Micromax for 2013. The look and the feel of this phone is extremely good, nothing less than those premium Samsung devices, and each and every corner of this phone is nicely polished and there is no glitch on this design of this phone. Here is the 5 inches IPS LCD display with 1280 by 720 pixels resolution at 294 ppi. According to Micromax, this display is better than that of Canvas HD. There are 3 Android capacitive keys here and these are not visible when they are turned off like the Samsung phones. Here is the earpiece and this also resembles the earpieces of Samsung phones a lot. Here is a massive 5 megapixels camera and I don't know the video capability, but I hope that it can capture at least 720p videos. Here are the sensors as usual, and at the left of this phone you are getting this metal power key and it looks and feels extremely premium. Here is the volume rocker and it is quite long but feeling kinda loose. There are some nice cutting like iPhone 5 and these are giving an extremely good look to this phone. At the bottom you are getting is this micro USB port for charging as well as data syncing, and here is the microphone hole for calling. There is a diamond cutting at the corners of this metallic bezel and giving it a very shiny look. Well, here is the massive 13 megapixels autofocus camera with full HD recording, and visit facebook.com/gadgets portal for the camera samples. You can also check gadgetsportal.in. There is an LED flash and also a secondary microphone for noise cancellation and also probably for video recording. At the bottom you are getting is this loudspeaker, and I hope that all of these things will be up to the mark considering the hype of this Canvas 4. Here is the 3.5mm headphone jack, and overall I liked the design of this phone, and this phone looks quite costly and feels very good in hand. The dimensions of this phone are very large and you can barely reach all the parts of this huge 5 inches display. But this is the standard size for a flagship phone nowadays, and after a few days of usage you will not face any problem using this huge 5 inches display. As you know, this is a dual SIM phone and it takes mini SIM cards. None of these SIM cards are hot swappable. Here is the micro SD card slot. Well, I have attached the flip cover that comes free with this phone. It is giving a very good look to this phone. It is also very good in quality and looks exactly as the original one from the back, and this part is actually quite hard, not that much flexible, but after a few days of usage it will get soft, I hope. There is a transparent part here for the sensors, and you can press hard on this cover to touch the display, but capacitive keys are not accessible. Now let's turn on the phone, and I'm quite excited to show you the new features of this user interface of Canvas 4. Well, the phone is ultimately ready and you are getting 5 home screens out of the box as usual, and the display of this phone is looking not bad. I can't say how good is this from the previous one, but I can say this is itself a very good display, and 294 ppi is more than enough for a smartphone with this huge 5 inches display. Let me show you the lock screen, and well, it is basically the same stock Android lock screen. Micromax has included some fancy applications which will allow you to blow or shake this phone to unlock. That's not a feature of the user interface, and you can download similar kind of applications from the Play Store as well. but still I appreciate this approach of Micromax. I think they are the only Indian brand that is trying to make their smartphones really smart by installing these fancy applications into their flagship model. And as you know, Samsung phones are popular only because of these fancy software features. Let's check some colorful photos to show you the actual capability of the display, and I'll say the color reproduction of this display is extremely good. There is no pixelation I can see from this normal distance, and I have set the brightness to maximum, and I feel that the brightness of this display is not as good as other IPS displays, but not bad at all. The viewing angles are also okay. I'll not say as good as Super AMOLED, but good for an IPS display. Now guys, let me give you a quick overview of the software, that is the user interface of this Micromax Canvas 4. Here is the notification window, and you will find the frequently used toggle switches here, just like the Galaxy S4. Let me show you. Here you will find all of your toggle switches on this S4, so there are a lot of similarities in between these two phones, and I'll try to upload the comparison in between these two very soon. Here is the dialer with video calling option, and you can change your SIM preference from here. Now when you get a call, you can turn over the phone to mute the ringtone, or during a call you can turn over the phone to turn on the loudspeaker. You can answer the phone just by taking the phone to your ear without even touching the display, and when you open a contact or any SMS, if you put your phone to your ear, you can directly call that contact. These cool features and gestures are extremely handy and will speed up your overall experience of using this Canvas 4. Here is the messaging, and let me show you the keyboard, which is basically just the stock Android keyboard. You can obviously download keyboards from the Play Store, and I suggest you to get the swipe keyboard, which will enable you to type using the continuous input you get with Sony, Samsung or LG phones. And typing on a huge display like this with one hand may not feel very comfortable at first, but if you use two hands or use the continuous input, you can get used to this. Let me now show you the pre-installed applications into this Canvas 4. There are a lot of custom Micromax applications like this MI Security here, and both Chrome and default Android browsers are here. It has FM radio and some free trial games pre-installed, which will take a lot of space on the internal storage, and these are completely unnecessary. There is a good file manager here, and you are also getting some social apps like Hike and Google Hangout, and also an office application where you can create Word, PowerPoint, Excel files, and it's a very good app. This MI Unlock is the new application which will enable you to unlock this phone with a blow or shake. You are getting NFS Shift here, though this is a trial game. There is a note-taking app as well, though this is basically a text-based application. You can download more from the Play Store if you want to draw as well. There is a very interesting pop-up browser here, which is one of the best handy applications Micromax has included into its Canvas 4. You can move or resize this window, and you can also scroll into it. You can go to full screen, and this application is extremely useful. You can search for anything anytime without leaving the application you are using. There are a couple of more applications here, including this free game, and this video player is another very interesting applications of this Canvas 4. There is a quick demo of the gestures this video player supports, and let's try this out. You can control the volume from here, or you can also swipe on the right side of this video. You can swipe on the left to change the brightness, which is also very vital, and this resembles the MX player a lot. You can also check other videos while watching this video, and this video I am playing is a full HD video. There is no lag I am facing. Now you can also lock this video and play this video on a pop-up window, just like the browser. You can do your normal task and watch a video side by side. This is quite interesting, and you can move it just like this way. You can browse the internet or write a message while watching a video, and you can also resize this pop-up window. Here you go. So this application is quite cool, and it is similar to the pop-up play of Galaxy S4, Galaxy Note 2, and there is also a look away feature which will make this video pause if you look away from the display and play again if you look at it. Now one thing I want to mention, this loudspeaker is not very loud and not that much clear as I expected from Micromax. Now let me show you few important settings. First of all, let's check the Android version, and it is Android 4.2.1, which is almost latest and very good for a phone with this price tag. Now there are some smart gestures, and I have actually talked about all of this in this review already, so let's skip this for now. There is a scheduled power on off option, and let me show you the storage of this phone. Officially it is 16 GB, and you are getting 2.23 GB in the phone storage and around 10 GB in the internal storage. Well, this is the best thing Micromax has done on this Canvas 4 so far, because all of their previous phones used to get very low internal space, and though there is an external SD card option, you cannot move your installed applications to the external SD card. So looks like Micromax has perfected its previous Canvas HD with this internal space and added features, though you have to pay around 4,000 to 5,000 rupees more for these. Here is the RAM info, and without opening any application, you are getting 559 MB free and 413 MB used. Let me quickly show you the camera as well, which is a huge 13 megapixels camera, and as I said before, I will upload some camera samples to my Facebook page, facebook.com/gadgetsportal, and also my website gadgetsportal.in. The touch to focus is working fine, and the black levels are looking good, and there are a lot of options here. You can try these color effects, exposure, etc., and there is a zero shutter delay option. You can turn on the face detection from here as well. Here on this video mode, there is an electronic image stabilization option, which is extremely useful for handheld videography. Well, I have come to the end of this long unboxing and hands-on review, and so far this is an extremely good device with a lot of new features, and the display quality of this phone is also very good. The external design and the look, the feel of this phone is very premium, and Micromax is basically trying to get rid of the cheap Indian smartphone maker stamp and putting good quality material on their hardware and also on their accessories. They are following Samsung step by step, and I really liked it. But the CPU and GPU of this phone is exactly the same as the previous Canvas HD, which is quite shocking, and especially the processor is the old Cortex A7, which is not acceptable for a smartphone with this price tag. It is a 1.2 GHz quad-core processor with MediaTek 6589 chipset, and the GPU is also the same PowerVR SGX 544MP. I'll not say these are bad, but I expected something better. Well, this is the end of this review, and do subscribe to this channel for the in-depth review, and also check my new gaming and apps channel at youtube.com/gadgetsportalplay. So thanks for watching guys, see you in the next review. Bye bye and keep in touch.